Good morning, baby. It's the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. I'm Doug Rice. Biddy. Oh, I just want to hear it. Come on. Hey, Doug Rice. How you doing? Yeah, it's been a week. Oh, it's been a week. Has it not been a week? Ladies and germs, thank you. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully everything's working. I don't even care. No, I don't care. Let me tell you why. I'm prepared to start over, do over. I'll repeat this show if I have to. I don't care. Oh, I've got a show. I've got to show you my Negroes. How are you? It is 12:01. It is the 4th of June. Time prophetically marches on, and it has this society by the goddamn balls. I mean, they are cascading, falling, fragmenting, destructively moving forward, headlong into the prophetic nonsense they're bringing. I mean, it is, look, folks, I'm watching carefully. And I'm not just watching the nonsense because, hey, I'm up for that. I mean, if you want to talk about the flat earth, I'll go. Let's talk about it. You want to talk about the messiahs? You want to talk about them showing up? Let's do that. But whatever you do, all I'm asking you is while you're in public, all I'm asking Negroes to do, while they can lay their eyes on you, is to simply get that goddamned grin off your faces. Because ain't nothing to smile about. Not out in the open, not amongst the oppressors, not amongst these individuals gone mad, gone incessantly enraged, consumed with this construct that they've laid on everyone's mental, this construct of race. Well, you know what I do. Every time I get a chance to, I get on this platform and I try to go against the norms and I try to bring it to you raw, but hey, you've seen everything I saw, right? What I try to do is bring it to some conclusion without the delusion. Hopefully you get that infusion. All right, Doug Rice. It's the way I talk. I don't know. Listen, but let me just assure you, I'm like this. I'm like this in person. I'm like this in real life. I'm as intense and intent on avoiding caucasity. I will not relent. Let me tell you, you won't know which way I went. All right, so, it's 12:03. You're tuned in to see me. Hopefully, Katrina, or hopefully, maybe she is here to administer some moderation to the thick of things. I was suspended from YouTube for 2 weeks. I don't know if that suspension has been lifted. I do see that YouTube is a part of the lineup. So if it is so, well, let it be so. I can't let that fact deflect my flow. You know what I do. I just call it the way I see it. I just call it the way I see it. And if you have tuned in the past, you know this is not a program. We've had over 400 years of programming. This is a show. I show you what I'm talking about. I take 7 topics. They're right here. You can never see them in the light. I don't know why. I move on to news for Negroes, and let me tell you something. There it goes. And I have one message. One message I look to impart to all of you that might be a little smart, and that is, please, if you have to be a Negro out in society, do it most deftly and most tactfully, please. Don't roam about this country wrapped up just, just get that damn grin off your face. Lapped up. All right, here we go. A race to be finished. A race to be finished. I'm going to delve into topic number one, the anchor topic. We're going to have some fun. The reason this is important because I'm going to hurt feelings today. So if you have feelings to hurt, please be on your way. I mean it. I'm going to give you time to exit stage left. Hey, be about it. All right, here we go. Again, 7 topics, Negro news, and we're out. I try not to waste time. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe. I'm not accustomed to asking for support. I try my best to give as much support as there is to give to the folks that support me. Antoine Anderson and, of course, Katrina are my moderators. And I feel it only right that I occasionally give them at least a few pennies. I mean, here and there. Nothing too magnanimous, just, $3, $4. So if you feel so inclined, go ahead and hit that $sign, The Doug Rice Show. That's the only way you can go. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, another announcement. Wait, I've got an announcement. Everybody ready? I have a sponsor. That's right, Twidwear. That's what I do. Lots going to change here. Doug Rice Show coming up shortly. At least I hope so. Going to try to kind of modernize a little bit, come up to speed a little bit, try to get some stuff going. And right now, I'd like everybody to write this down. Twidwear. That's what I do. That's the acronym for you. TWID, Twidwear. That's what I do. I'm going to start some kind of movement around this movement. Get it moving. Have it a saying, something that people will be playing. I want to get a song down. Twidwear. That's what I do. No, me don't you? Okay, so go to twidwear.com. Twidwear.com. TWID, Tango Whiskey India Delta. For those of you that are in the service, wear, WEAR.com. And you want 10% off any of the products. Specifically, we have some new lines coming up, some skincare products. And Twidwear is in the skincare. I like that. That flows. Okay. So use the promo code at twidwear.com. Write it down. Promo code is TWRS, the Doug Rice. So TDRS. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be as best mixing metaphors. Twidwear, TWID. TWIDWEAR.com. Promo code TDRS. I didn't know that would do that, but I digress. Go to twidwear.com, put in the promo code TDRS, get 10% off all products. Pay particular attention to the skincare products that may be there. And if not, they will shortly be there. All right, so lastly, before we get into a race to be finished, let me get this out the way. I know how many people tune in. I know many people watch my videos. I know the numbers, okay? Let me tell you something. I've been talking to people for over 35 years. I never run out of anything to say. Isn't that something? And so I don't look at the numbers when I do this because I do this from a different space to get that smile off your Negro face. So the numbers are not that primary. In fact, they can almost be contrary to my accomplishing getting that smile off the faces of Negroes everywhere. And so I just want you to know that this is just extra. I talk to people every day. I get in contact with more of an audience. I would say that if I tried to, I would have probably talked to I'd give it 2,000, 3,000 people every show. If I was to just calculate weekly, I talk to that many people. All right, so how are we doing? It's Sunday, by the way. I hope you had a great Sabbath. That was yesterday. It's about 12:10 now. I've chopped up some time. For those of you who may be in church right about now, I'm going to give you just a few more minutes to get your behinds up and out of the pew away from the pit of destruction. Put me somewhere on the dashboard. I don't know. Put me on the sink me in with the car, drive your butts home, and listen carefully. Here we go. All right. A race to be finished. Ooh, boy. So here we go, folks. We're going to get into some territory today. I've done some research. I've looked up some things, some stuff. It's starting to add up regarding individuals claiming certain personage around this globe. And the history is ugly. It's an ugly, ugly history of caucasity and European dominance. It's colonialistic genocide, murder. It's rape cultured, nonsensical, I don't know, just beyond the beyond. But a race to be finished is what we're looking at. That's the opening. We're going to talk about Aryan Germanic hybrids. Oh, listen, I don't mean to tap on your feelings so early in the afternoon, but I got to tell you something. You better get some water. You're going to need some soon. Here we go. If you are not aware, you hadn't cared, this has been a problem. They used to call these individuals Huns. Now, consecutively, they lost 2 wars decisively. The first war involving these individuals, these folks that somehow believe they stem from Atlantis, they openly admit they have some sort of otherworldly connection and infection from beyond our limited reach and perception. And so, I'm only saying what they're saying. Here's the deal, a race to be finished. Their history tells it. Let me tell you what's happening. I didn't just look into this. I looked deeply into this. Now, I'm going to take just one family that connects all other families. The Romanovs. The Romanovs, yes. The Russian Tsar Nicholas Romanov. I believe I'm pronouncing it that way. Now, what I didn't understand, though I've learned and really taken in this history for most of my life, is that they associate that name Romanov with the term Roman, and the Tsar comes from Caesar. So these guys think that they are somehow associated with the Caesar of Rome. Now, this gets better. It does. Here's the deal, though. You see, this Tsar, this Russian king, he had 300 years of history behind him. I mean, that establishes some things. I'm not going to just scoff at that. He did fairly well, his whole family at that. But here's the problem. He didn't guard his associations. He did not guard his associations. So let me tell you the association that they have with individuals across the way from them. This guy was in trouble in his own country, in Russia. In Russia. He has a cousin. He's over here in England, the Windsors. They're all related. You go a swath of Europeanism from England all the way to Russia, stopping just before China. And this is what we're talking about. This grouping of people controlled by typically just 3 families. Even France is involved. Now listen, folks. Now these relatable cousins, there are 3 of them. The guy in Russia who's having problems, he reached out to his cousin. His cousin told him to pound sand after a little consult. But let me tell you what happened. These Romanovs, Tsar Nicholas Romanov, let me tell you what happened. There's a race to be finished. And I believe that you can begin in the history of their history. So they let in a guy, kind of a dirty, grungy guy. He became the consort to the queen, and you know what I mean. He really gave some interesting view to the scene. Now, what happened to this guy? Well, I can tell you why. He got a little too close to the royal family, right? And this gives me at least some sort of consultation about what happened. Okay, so he infected the royal family. I'm trying to get his name in my mind. You guys know who I'm talking about, and you'll search and you'll find his name for me. They let him in. He was a peasant from Siberia, and he claimed himself a witch. He was the last living son or child of 7, born to a mother who had 6 stillborn behind him. As you see, it's coming back a little bit. And they let this individual into the Romanov hierarchy, into the royal family. And he did some interesting things. He consorted with the queen. The son had a blood disorder and would not stop bleeding. And so he had that ailment. And they somehow got the Russian Imperial Romanov. I'm trying to make sure I got this right. So they let this guy in, and Tsar Nicholas II deposed as monarch, and then it was an interesting sight from there. Now, hold on one moment. I might give you some content. For a moment, they felt one of these individuals lived, but this individual literally infected the entire Romanov family. One moment. You know what? I don't mind. I can sit here and take my time. Shouldn't even have to worry about that. All right, so, the Grand Duchess Maria Alexandrovna. Let me put it over here for you. Bear with me, folks. I got this. It happens from time to time. All right, so the story is pretty interesting. These individuals allowed a guy to come into the Romanov house and cause absolute horror. Let me see if somebody's got it in chat. Anybody? Come on. Anybody got it? Anybody know the guy I'm talking about? So he came in there and, oh my Lord, I've never lost this. Who did they consult with? Good Lord, now I'm getting a little bit mad. All right, so Tsar Nicholas consorted with, I cannot remember this guy's name. It really bothers me. And since this is just a regular show, I'm going to look it up until I know. That's it. Anybody that might help me in chat, go ahead and do that while I continue to look. And forgive the pause, but this is for the cause. I'm not concerned. I'm just going to study until I learn. Here's what we'll do. Hold on. Who destroyed the Romanov? I'm going to find it at some point. Anastasia shot and bayoneted the Romanovs and why. The Constitutional Foundation, Tsar Nicholas. Oh my God, this is so horrible. I'm finding everything except what I need to know. Is anybody there? I'm so sorry. I just saw somebody say it was Rasputin. Well, there it is there. And I'm back on track with 15 people still looking. That's fine. So, a race to be finished. And that's just the way it's going to have to lay out in the live. It's too bad. Thank you, Rasputin. This gentleman came into the life of the royal family and destroyed it from within. They gave in to every kind of avarice and sin. And let me tell you something. At first, I looked at it a little bit objectively. And then as I studied, I got a little bit corrective. See, look. At first they were fine. And then this guy came in and decided to diddle with everything that wasn't a male. That's the real story. So their history tells this. Their history tells exactly what must occur. They are being used, at least that's what I heard. Now look, I may have lost a little bit of my momentum, but I'm still going to find it out and then some. So everybody just relax. Here's the deal, man. These individuals that stem from a place not where we're from. And all we need to do is look at the history. World War I, World War II. Before you know it, here comes World War III, all stemming from the same caucasity, the same kind of thing that we're talking about this king. And so, even though the anchor topic got a little bit off, hey, I don't mind. Let him scoff. All right, I'm back. I don't care. I should have known Rasputin's name. There it is there. All right, Doug Rice, still here. What can I do? You're still here, 1221. It's the 4th. I can't hit home runs all day, all night, but I can try as I might. All right. As below, so above. You're going to love this one. You're just going to love this one. All right. So, we have a term. It's a very unique term. People understand the term as above, so below. Things expressing themselves from an unseen place. You look deep enough, you come into nothing. But what we're experiencing being attempted by those in control is a reverse osmosis. As below, so above. They want to, what I consider, recreate a poor heavenly parallel. That is exactly the trek these individuals are on with the assistance of unseen beings that we know for a fact they are in touch with. This will hopefully rectify my opening. They have a tech tower. They're trying to build this tech tower from within and to bring it into being. Today, I saw what they considered a combination of quantum computing and artificial intelligence. Now, you need to pay attention. They've always trying to build from the physical to beyond what they can see or grasp. And I mean, this is really a serious business. They go backward like Babylon. Now, there's some contention about Babylon's existence and who they identify with, but Babylon built a tower. Very interesting. They built the tower up so that something could go down. I don't know if you understand it, but they built the tower to the heavens so that they could drop something from the top of the tower inside it that would spin around and down inside, creating a portal within it. They've been trying to create portals. And now with CERN, as below, so above, they have what I've coined a tech tower. And once they've combined artificial intelligence with quantum computing and put that in something that creates, I believe that's them giving life to the beast. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong, to say the least. But I got to say, the setup is real. The setup is real. These individuals, they're dealing with, I believe there's a two-part purpose in not only allowing access to an unseen realm, but allowing that realm access to this seen realm. That's the danger. It's my understanding that secretly they are in that range. They are already traversing that as a fact. So as below, so above. What do you think of that? I don't know. I just think of topics. I don't know. Today, the ball, I may have dropped it. I don't care. There it is right there. All right, Doug Rice. Well, 12:25. It's, I'm halfway through the half part of the show. I hope you are enjoying it, despite what I don't know. Dear God, I have to commit that to memory, don't I? That harmed me, the not knowing that. All right, next, have no fear. You about to see some stuff. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This is about to get rough. Negroes, bring it in. Listen, especially closely. And I mean, I say this with all seriousness and mostly. I can recover. Yeah. The fear that you cannot have will kill you. I need you to understand how I put that. The fear that you must not have will kill you. Now, the reason I say that is because we're about to see some things. Things are being seen already globally. I look at these shows, I look at all the shows, Mr. MB333, pretty good YouTube channel. Suspicious Observers, pretty good YouTube channel. And the 3-word rule, have no fear, could just be no better enforced than having an unattachment strategy to everything that you see around you. One of the things that I try to cover is where we are at this point. Being punishment makes no difference. All we are is looking for the exits at this point. We know we need no distractions, and they have distractions aplenty. I need you to understand that the distractions will increase along with the fear. And the fear is what draws the more distractions near. So I'm not saying being ignorant. I'm just saying ignore most of it. It has nothing to do with Negroes. What's happening has nothing to do with Negroes. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is what's happening has everything to do with Negroes. Just kind of the dichotomy of parallel of it all, the whole yin and yang of it, just kind of, it's something. This is, have no fear. Let me tell you something. They're going to test the limits of what you can observe without losing your Negro mind. And if you don't pay attention to what they're offering and accept it, you may not be fine. Now, look, you got to have a stiff-necked fearlessness. I realized I was stiff-necked at about 5 years old. I'm a stiff-necked person. I'm stubborn, if you will, committed, need to be committed, whatever the case may be. You folks know what I'm saying. And you have no choice but to have no fear if you don't expect to make it out of here. Do, don't, who cares? So listen, what to expect? What to expect? Well, it says pretty plainly in scriptures, as it was in Noah's days, so it will be in the last days. So they're getting progressive in the sightings and the things that they see. I'm not calling them UFOs or aliens. Hell no. I'm just saying that there they are. Now, according to scriptures, we're supposed to look toward the stars. We're supposed to look toward what's out there and less toward what's here, but look both ways because you don't know. You might have to cross that street. There you go. All right, I'm good. That's okay. All right, I did skip over. I like that. All right, well, I'm good. So here's the case, folks. I'm going to say this without further ado. Here's what we're against. We have two sides to this coin, two flip sides to the same coin. That coin, first side is rules. Second side is no rules. That's what we're up against. It's rules versus no rules. That's the final analysis, breaking it down like a fraction. Don't even need any more interaction. This is serious business. Rules versus no rules. Now, do what thou wilt. I had a discussion about this with my daughter. That's really what this is about. You want to do what you want, right? I mean, everybody's doing what they want. I'm looking at nations do what they want. China is digging something like a 10,000 meter tunnel straight into the earth. Do what you want. These folks act like the earth belongs to them. Just like some of us act like our lives belong to us. Do what you want. I feel you. Nobody's going to stop you because that's what this is about. Rules versus no rules. So it's not going to be some physical entity that reaches out and stops you from doing what may be against rules. You are free to do whatever. But now listen, there are consequences. There are results. I mean, there are, I just can't imagine individuals out there living a life that expresses no limit, no guardrails, no sideline, no rules. I just can't imagine that that seems a good course of action and will lead anywhere but to destruction. But rules versus no rules. It's the same old song. It's the same song they've been singing all along. And that means from the beginning of this current nonsense, maybe not the first iteration of it, but I digress. Somebody approached somebody and said, hey, somebody's holding something back from you. If you can't do whatever the hell you want to do, naturally, that's a lie. That's just a falsehood. It's not true. The rules are put there to protect me and, of course, protect you. Now, I don't serve a God of disorder. I serve a God of order. I look at creation and see order macroscopically, microscopically. You see it in all things that exist. And why would we not somehow miss that there are rules that govern conduct unexamined? I mean, you got to think about that. See where you land. I mean, if you're not free to break the rules, then the rules wouldn't exist. Of course, you've got to be free to do what you want to, or the whole point might be missed. So, the laws govern all things. We know this to be true. The laws of gravity govern me, govern you. Some people, the laws don't exist in their minds. I like to jump off a building and then see what they find. I'm recovering from the fiasco of the very first, because I want you guys looking. I don't know. I thirst. I'm just kidding. All right, next. I'm trying to get it back to where it was. All right, 1232, please like, subscribe, share, comment. I don't know where, but there it is right there. Listen, this is Doug Rice. I'm the Doug Rice Show host because my name happens to be Doug Rice. Okay, so please make sure to be as respectful as possible. I don't know where my moderators might be. Who knows? I don't know. They might be in there. They moderate the show. All right, origins matter, folks. You hear me? Origins matter. I've said this before. This is an old hat topic, I mean, this is the one I think that kind of got it started a little bit, right? How did you get here? And how did you get here? I mean, listen, it's only when we examine the details of our presence in this country, tracking them back to the least common denominator, that people start to get in their feelings. Now, if you take another set of individuals and you do the same thing, there's just, it's just really appealing. Origins matter. Our origins versus their origins. This should not be overlooked. What they're attempting to do is remove these facts from books. So if you voluntarily come somewhere for all the land has to offer, and another set of individuals are literally dragged through like coffers, there's a differentiation of how they're treated as they get to the nation. And I'll repeat it. Origins matter. Now, none that have come here voluntarily should be looking for the exits. I'm going to say that. You understand where I'm at with that? I mean, the one thing that I'm just in contrarily to in all respects is just getting comfortable as Negroes are pressed from every direction in this country to be uncomfortable. And we try to scooch our little behinds more and more into the couch of caucasity. It is amazing. The veracity. All right. Everybody's returning to their own land. I need you to understand that. Man to man, pack your gear. When they tell me to get out of here, when they tell me to go back to where they stole us from, I have no problem. telling them that they're going to go too. I mean, you understand, the only individuals that might have a say so are on reservations laying real low, you know? I got to tell you, origins matter, and their origins matter to them. I mean, I can't imagine last time I heard about their forefathers when. You know what I mean? You got them. And some folks that love their forefathers don't understand the forefathers don't love them. We'll get to that. You know who I'm talking about. Origins do matter, folks. Origins do matter. Next. All right. There is an openly declared war on wokeness. Now, you know, wokeness equals Negroes. I need you to understand how this goes. I mean, they are trouncing that name, that nomenclature out. They are yelling it everywhere as they scream and they shout about wokeness. I mean, you know, you almost feel them want to say Negro. You know, it's a war on Negroes, because that's what this is about. Do not have in your mind a single doubt. I mean, seriously. You look at Ron DeSantis, he can't get that word out of his praying mantis mouth. A war on wokeness. Listen, here's what this is. This is whiteness versus wokeness. That's what this is about. Now, I know you don't want to usually talk about this in mixed company, but we're just you and me right now. So, you know, we're okay. The war over wokeness, and it's selective wokeness, because they're woke. Ron DeSantis and all of his ilk want to be as woke as they can drink pure milk. I mean, that's the wokeness that they endure. The one that we've all heard about for sure. You know, that sedentary wokeness from 1776. You know, it's just that kind of calcified wokeness nearly makes me sick. You know what I mean? Watered down version of history where historically you and me wasn't doing too well. You see. War on wokeness. What does war mean? When I hear him talk about this all the time, we got a war on wokeness. We're here to the war on. I mean, dude, he's talking to a sea of whiteness, talking about a war on wokeness, and every one of them associates that term with something from our place, I don't even understand that. So it's like he's fomenting racism without actually fomenting. That's a neat little trick, but you know, I don't think he's going to make it to the White House. I just don't. I think he's going to be done. We'll see. All right. Well, and lastly, I know you're so happy. Thy kingdom come. You know what? The reason I want to close with the kingdom, here's the reason. You know, that prayer, thy kingdom, that's a request. That's an ask. You're asking for the only kingdom that will last to come. I mean, this is interesting. What are you asking for exactly? Today, some of you went to church. You know, I mean, when you ask for God's kingdom to come, do you understand that inadvertently you ask for other kingdoms to be destroyed? So that means the one you have to avoid. I'm not sitting here blowing smoke, and this is no joke. Thy kingdom come is only for the woke. I'm just telling it like it is. Every other kingdom has to kind of fade away and fizz. Thy kingdom come, then what? Nobody really thinks about that. But look, you know, you think about it. I mean, we talk about the folks that are in churches every day on Sunday, and they pray this prayer, and they understand that one day thy kingdom will come. Then what? Then all other kingdoms will be undone. But you voted for Biden, but Trump. You got to think about that. If you're praying for the kingdom to come, then be about that. Now, how do you go about being about the kingdom? You lead with it. You understand that everything you do culminates in getting to it. That's all. And the rest can go in your rear view mirror. There's nothing I can think of to rhyme with mirror, so don't look for it. All right, so, thy kingdom come. Remember what the scriptures say, but also what they say by not saying it. So thy kingdom come connotates that the kingdom is not on earth yet, so we'll wait. Thy kingdom come. You think about what I'm saying. We got Catholics and we even got Jews. We got Christians and even some of you. Go to a place that says you or what you represents the kingdom that's not here yet. Thy kingdom come. Okay, just thought I'd ask. All right, okay, I think that's all we got to say. I think that we can just throw this away. All right, thanks so much. 12:41, a little late. Oh, boy, I tell you, that beginning, that was horrible, huh? I didn't like that either. Rasputin. You know, that might get me more views, though. You know, fumbling a little bit, showing a little humanity. You know, a little, no, yeah, no, stop. All right, next. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed themselves. My name is Doug Rice. Thank you for showing up, tuning in. I don't know who sees this. I'm on 4 platforms. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, if they've let me back, which I don't know. And I'll have to check. All right, the next segment of the show, as you all well know, is me going about showing you the news for Negroes, for the peruse. I tried to get there. Here's the reason why. And I'm not very shy about this. I mean this. You would be shocked and shaken at what a lack of a smile on their affect would be making. I mean that. Listen carefully. Most of us go about happy, despite our circumstances, held together by duct tape and superglue. Negroes, one and all, suffer the presence of being present and amongst these united snakes. And somehow every day, some of us manage to get up and go to work and still wear a smile. Well, let me tell you something. It ain't doing you no good. It's not doing you a damn bit of good. They're still killing us. And you knew they would. So what I do, real simple, just for you, is I go over the news and I peruse with Negroes the reasons to get that goddamned grin off your faces in public places. And here's what will happen. I need you to understand this. The change that will bring, it's a wonderful thing. It's an eye-opening epiphany of realization that you will see as that smile fades after a while, and they relate just how incredibly vile they can be. I'm telling you folks, listen to me. I'm not lying, you know. Get to try it. They'll show. So, what I do, I go over the news, Negro news, that's what we peruse. I've picked out some headlines and then we'll go over them together and we'll find what we need to find to somehow get that grin off your faces. I don't know. Try it for 24 hours. I don't know. Try it for just a work day. They're going to ask you what's wrong. They're going to just help you on your way. They're going to have so many things that they're going to want to say. Okay. So let's go ahead and get to the news, shall we? All right. Here we go. First, oh goodness. Oh, you know what? That's those graphics. I forget to take off the graphic that makes me look cool while waiting for you. Study reveals staggering toll of being black in America, 1.6 million excess deaths over 22 years. Study reveals staggering toll of being black in America, 1.6 million excess deaths over 20 years. The reason I read it twice is just in case my audio isn't nice. This is about the medical field. This isn't health news. Let me let you peruse. See it? So be it. It's a sad thing. Research has long shown that Black people live sicker lives and die younger than white people. I mean, just right in your face. Now, a new study published Tuesday in the Journal of American Medicine casts the nation's racial iniquities in stark relief, finding that the higher mortality rate among Black Americans resulted in 1.63 million excess deaths related to white Americans over more than 2 decades. Still grinning? I mean, if something needs to assist you in maintaining a serious countenance when you're out there, understand that everywhere you go, it's against you. I mean, don't get sick. And you know what? To even suggest this as a way of thinking for them is contrary to what's normal, because that's wokeness. That's reality. These numbers, these facts. The reason I show them is to at least express to you a need to be as serious as you can as you walk about this country. Anyway, moving on. We'll see what we got. I don't know. Let's see what else. I don't know. Why are some Egyptians fuming over Netflix Black Cleopatra? Why are some Egyptians fuming? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I don't have to read that. We know why they're fuming. We know why they're mad. Now, they recently found a brother here in the United States. They did some DNA testing. I kid you not. They found that he was the close relative to one of these King Tut's, these Egyptian pharaohs. That's true. Yes. And so, I don't know what that does for you, but for me, it does nothing. It's just interesting. But for the Egyptians, oof, wow. Now, they canceled Kevin Hart for suggesting that Egyptians are Black. Now, I wonder what they're going to do to this Negro. Is he right there where it's at? Well, let's move on. Okay, well, hey, you want me to say? I'm doing the best I can. Here's what I don't like. I mean, look, why can't it just be a bear cub walks into bakery and eats 60 cupcakes? Is what I'm saying. I'm asking. Why can it not be? Tell me. I don't understand it. Why can't it just be a bear walks into a bakery and eats 60? Why does it have to be a black bear? Let's just lead with, maybe I'm being too sensitive? Nope, I'm not being sensitive. Okay, 12:48, it's the 4th of June, 2023. And you guys know me. I am just here to share with you all that we experienced together as a family. The Negro Nation. I had this exercise I wanted to suggest to you. Each and every one of you that are aware of your negrosity, looking at me, do me a favor. When you're done watching this, go to the mirror in your bathroom. You can't miss it. Look in the mirror with good lighting. Smile and say this. Not while writing, but say that, hey, you are a member of the royal line of David. You are a Hebrew, set apart, a people of special possession. You associate yourself with Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28, and the transatlantic slave trade, the requirement to fulfill prophecy. I don't care if Negroes were here. I don't care. I don't care. Some of us were busted by bullet. Get over it. So if that is who you are, do yourself self-confirm your royal status. Now, be worried, they're going to be mad at us. Oh, yeah. That, the reason I say that, I announced that in one of my TikTok videos, and you can't imagine how insane some of those folks got. Just saying that we are set apart, a people of special possession. That seems to, I don't know, really mess with them. That's good, though. Next. All right. Okay. Listen, folks, I don't mind, but what are we doing here? What is this? Atlanta Black Friday? This is the discussion I had with my daughter. She's going to one of these Pride things. To each their own. I'm not here to make anybody's decisions for them. I'm just trying to, for two things. First, what does any of this have to do with the Negro community? Nothing. Let's stop. Europeanized Greco-Roman practice of hedonistic, you know, whatever, however you want to misconstrue how you show affection, stop. Has nothing to do with us. You join that you're with these people. Don't get racist. You cannot dislike white folks and be a part of the Pride Society. And I mean that. Don't you dare fix your mouth to claim that they're racist. Please don't. You have nothing to speak from because we have nothing to associate ourselves with that kind of lifestyle. We were never meant to be here in the first place to experience. As far as I'm concerned, we should have the same mindset as they have over there, or at least close to it. And countries are getting kicked out of entire programs, not bend to the will of the willful. And it's cool. I mean, do what you want to do. I don't mind. I'm not even, hey, look up my background. You'll find I'm not trying to judge anybody. I'm saying it's kind of evident what leads to total annihilation and secession of the population and what doesn't. I believe I made that argument just yesterday. Next, all right, I don't mind. If you hate me, it's good. Numbers can be decreased. I told you about numbers at the beginning. Look at this, man. This just irritates me. California's earliest black settlers brought land only for it to be stolen, and their descendants want it back. California's earliest black settlers brought land only for it to be stolen, and what do you mean the descendants want it back? What do you want it back for? What do you want? Why do you want the land? Why do you want? Tell me something. If the Jews had not been rescued from Auschwitz, would it have turned into a Jewish town? I mean, if they weren't rescued from Buchenwald and Treblinka and all these other horrible Aryan constructs that have come into creation, if they were given the opportunity to purchase land amongst the land that they were offered as burnt offerings, offering the opportunity to continue living that madness, I don't understand it. It just brings me sadness. I cannot understand a single Negro let loose from these individuals wanting to purchase land here. And this is a new insight for me that you're going to hear, and I mean that. So our exodus is mandatory. Our exodus is required. We got to get out of here. Too deeply mired. You know it. Wow. So that's my opinion. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, there we go. What is this? I'm trying to figure this out. They're still obsessed. Chris Cuomo's Black James Bond debate. There aren't enough opportunities for white people in Hollywood? Is that a question or a statement or what? What are you talking about? Nobody cares. Don't be James Bond. No. It'll just be caucasity wrapped in chocolate. That's all. Well, I said that out loud, didn't I? Yeah, that's exactly what it'll be. So let's just move forward. All right, what are we doing here? Next, trying to get through the news, folks. Black teen who was accused of stealing white woman's city bike shares his story of the story and shows receipts of his own. Did you see this? Did you see that when she broke out with the tears? It was awesome. White fears. All right, next. Oh, here's an interesting question. Here's one. Just stick with me, folks. How are Black Americans progressing? How are they progressing? I don't know. I just do this show. I have no idea. I just want out of here. That's it. And look at this. I said it again. Look, black bear spotted in tree. Jesus, well, you know me. Black bear spotted in tree. All right, I'm going to end it. It's 12:54. You know, it's an hour. I think I could do more, but I'm going to call it a show. Before I go, I want you to know that I appreciate all of your looking and seeing and commenting and being very, very cooperative for all the mess ups, especially today's show. I do apologize for that, but it does not stop the progress. Again, thank you so much, and go to twidwear.com, TWIDWEAR.com. Get 10% off all Twidwear products. TWID is an acronym for that's what I do. We're going to try to work something around that old saying, we're gonna make it hip, we're gonna make it swag. I don't know. Put it in the bag. That's what I do. I don't know. So twitwear.com, promo code TDRS, the Doug Rice Show. Get you 10% off all Twitwear products, and Twitwear is in the skincare. Well, there it is there. All right, I know. Thanks so much for viewing the show. And just so that everybody knows, I know the beginning was screwed up. So, all right. Let me out of here. You guys have a good one. Oh, wait. Hey, come here. I mean, we're coming up on the show. It's about to get hot. They've had over 260 some odd shootings in 150 days. Some crazy number, right? It's bad. And you just gotta keep yourself safe. Please stay indoors, stay yourself, stay out the police face. But protection, armed carry, don't do that. You don't need a gun, you have a weapon. That's a whole nother show. Don't worry about that one. You don't need anything other than the removal of the Negro grin. If you can somehow muster the ability to lose some of that luster, you don't have to be warm and fuzzy as you go about. I recommend you give yourself just an hour or two. Show yourself in public without a grin on you. And see the caution with which you're approached. I mean, they're going to act like you do some little rough. Okay. All right. All I'm asking folks, out in public spaces is to get that goddamn grin off your faces. I got